There's something about this guy that always reminds me of this guy. I don't know if you see it. We are seeing the same thing, right? Okay, of course, they're not the same people, and I know what you are thinking, and stop thinking that, because that's not what I'm saying. Okay, so the difference between the two is that one of them is a highly respected comedian who behaves like a clown. The other one is a powerful leader of a very powerful nation who apparently no one respects because they think he's a clown. So that is the problem. But of course, I'm not here to compare Mr. Macron and Mr. Bean. I'm here to address the recent issues because the man is again in the public domain. Again, the man is in the news for all the wrong reason. Now, Mr. Emmanuel Macron is not a stranger to controversy and public discourse, because the last time he was in the news was recently, when apparently they were saying that he was taking cocaine on a flight coming back from Ukraine. Another incident which is very fresh in people's memory is when he was at a public event and he was slapped so hard, and his security people were trying to whisk him away. In this video you can see that is the slap, and then the security people tries to whisk him away, and the man is trying so hard to go back. I wonder if he was trying to go and fight back with the guy, or I don't know what he was trying to do, but I can only imagine what was happening in his head. Maybe he was saying, "Mais non, how can he slap me? No, moi, I am the president of France, mais sacre bleu." Yeah, probably he was just lamenting and saying, "I am the president, you cannot do this to me." And of course, he was whisked away. Now, recently what has happened is that when he was alighting, when he was touching down, going to Vietnam with his wife, there was some kind of a scuffle, some kind of misunderstanding with his wife, and without their knowledge, with the cameras rolling, the wife seemed to give him something that appeared like an uppercut. Look at that. And now the problem with the French president, of course, caught unawares, he sheepishly stood there waving, pretending smiling and waving, pretending as if nothing has happened. But of course, once something was caught on camera, you can rest assured the whole world is going to know about it, especially if it is the French president being slapped so hard or hit so hard in the public by the wife.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave.
Welcome to Winning Mind program. My name is JFK, and this is where we do mindset panel beating. Let's get in the program. The main question we are addressing today is, why do some of these powerful men and women, financial leaders, captain of industries, powerful people, how come some of these people do not inspire or command respect? How come these are some of the most hated and disrespected people? And of course, today, that's what I'm here to make an analysis on. So I'm going to share with you about 7 reasons that I think some of these people actually are struggling to command respect, despite them being powerful, despite them having money, despite them being rich, despite them commanding powerful countries or industries or financial institutions. We find it very hard to respect these people. And point number one is very simple, is that respect is a two-way traffic. If you respect me, I respect you. It is so natural. Basically, it is like sowing and harvesting. So respect is a seed that you plant so that you can harvest the fruit, which is respect. Now, if you plant a seed and you are planting mangoes, you cannot expect to harvest watermelons. Now, some of these leaders, of course, we know they have a problem. They do not respect people. They are very arrogant. They have a way of being condescending with a very high superiority complex. So if you do not respect people, of course, you cannot expect to be respected by people. And by the way, I'm by no means saying that Mr. Macron is not respectful or does not respect people. I'm simply stating facts. For him, it could be one of the other points. Actually, stick around because that was point one. Let's go to point number two. And number two, most of these people in power have a history, and most of them, of course, their history is not very good. If you look at their record, they have a record of mistreating people. They have a record of brutality and abusing people. Now, with that kind of a record, of course, people will never forget, and wherever you go, your record is going to follow you, even when you are in the palace or in the presidential, in the state house or presidential palace. So some of these people, of course, when they get there, they continue being abusive. But so the history of abuse and the continuation of abuse is something that most people do not tolerate, because that one is not palatable. So that is one of the reasons I think some of these powerful people are struggling to gain respect. given some of them may try to change after they acquire power, after they have money, after they have guards, and after they command large armies or large industries. But the problem is that what you have done in the past, unless you have properly atoned for your past mistakes, they usually follow you everywhere you go. They are like a shadow or like an infection. They are with you in your system. Point number 3, some of these powerful leaders, especially leaders of powerful nations, they have policies. They have policies that they institute or that they promulgate or that they promote, and some of these policies do not favor people. Like what we have seen in France is that under Emmanuel Macron, the public order has suffered a lot of problems. We've seen farmers demonstrating, we've seen the racial tensions, we've seen so many things happening in France, such that Mr. Macron has become a very unpopular president. So that could be one of the reasons. The policies you have in place, the programs you are trying to load on people, the things that you are trying to push in the throat of your people, sometimes they make you very unpopular, and the people feel like, we cannot respect this man no matter what happens. And of course, the same goes for a husband in his own house. If you are a man and you're not leading your homestead or your household very well, of course you cannot expect your wife or your children or the people in your household, including your dog, you cannot expect them to respect you simply because you are a man. No, being a man is not enough. You must behave and act like a man for you to be treated like one. Now, another problem, of course, most leaders have, that is point number 4. Some of our leaders, some of our powerful people, be it leaders of nations, be it leaders of industries, be it leaders of companies, some of them may be very good people, some of them may mean well, but of course they have opposition, they have competition. So the competition cannot just sit down and see you shining. So most of these people are victims of smear campaign, character assassinations, very well oiled machines, which is geared to tarnish your image and bring you down. So when people when people are being disrespected, sometimes it's not their own fault. It's simply because there's a lot of opposition, there's a lot of propaganda which is going around to ensure that, of course, you do not go far, because the competition does not want you to go far. Now, point number 5, to understand this, you must have read the Bible. There's something called the mark of Cain. So the mark of Cain is a mark that was put on Cain after he killed his brother, after they had a small dispute that, God blessed this one so much, and they blessed this one. God was happy about this one, and he was not very happy about this one. Go read that story. It's in the book of Genesis. So Cain, after he killed his brother and he spilled the blood, God came and said, hey, because you have spilled the blood of your brother, I'm going to put a curse and a mark on your head. So now some of these people, they really have a curse they are carrying with them. It could be because of what they have done. It could be because of what they were involved in before. But there are people, no matter what they do, no matter how big they become, wherever they go, people simply feel like, this guy is off-putting. I don't like him. I don't want to associate with him. And you feel that people are hating you for no apparent reason. Okay, fine. In the public, they may pretend that they like you, or he's our guy, they will sing your praises. But deep inside in their hearts, they feel like, I wish I can choke this guy to death. I wish I can beat this guy up. So basically what I'm trying to say is that in the public, what people will show you is this, this is the face you command, this is the kind of respect you command. But deep inside their heart, this is actually how they feel about you. So point number 6, of course, this one is a known goal, is self-inflicted pain. Some of these leaders, some of these powerful people, they suffer from a condition called megalomania. These are people who have extreme sense of self-importance. They feel like they are above the law, they are above everybody. They feel like the world should stop and revolve around them. So of course, this does not go down well with people, because when people look at you and they see that you love yourself too much, that you are very arrogant, you are full of yourself, they say, okay, since you have all the respect you need from yourself, let us just step aside so that the respect you are giving yourself, the arrogance you are giving yourself, can satisfy whatever respect you want from us. It does happen. So this is a problem, of course. If you live in Africa, when I talk about megalomania, you know what I'm talking about. We know how some of our leaders actually think like they know it all, they can do it all. They are farmer number 1, commander in chief, doctor number 1, athlete number 1. Everything is themselves. They feel like they have monopoly of wisdom, monopoly of intelligence. So this thing actually puts people off so much, so such that when they see you, they say, no, this guy, he might as well go to hell. Point number 7 and last point for this video is what I call lack of depth and listening ear. Now, the problem most of the powerful people have, the so-called powerful people, they surround themselves with crooks, they surround themselves with the stupid people who keep feeding them wrong information. So now, the moment they keep feeding you wrong stuff, wrong information, you end up actually not listening to the public which has put you in that place. You end up not listening to the people that you should listen to. So you become aloof, you just become unreachable, you become unapproachable, because you are simply listening to a cabal of people, to a group of people who are looking out for their own interest. So now when that happens, of course you are very aloof, people cannot access you. They look at you and say, this man is just aloof, this man is just ignorant, this man is not there for our interest, so they cannot give you the kind of respect you deserve or the kind of respect that you should command. Coming back to President Emmanuel Macron, for him, there are so many stories about this man. This guy is actually a mystery. I wish someone can do a documentary about him, because Macron, coming back to this story about his wife beating him in the public, Macron married his wife, and I understand the story goes that Macron was a student to Brigitte. Brigitte is the wife. Brigitte used to be Macron's teacher, with a very huge gap in their ages. So basically, people say it's like if someone wants to marry their grandmother. Now, they say once a teacher, always a teacher. Now, if you are a student and you marry your teacher, and once a teacher, always a teacher, it means you are always a student, which means your teacher can come and pinch your ear, pinch your nose, slap you in the public, tell you to kneel down, suspend you from school, or suspend you from home if you're married to your teacher. So I don't know exactly what is happening, but I really do wish Macron well. I hope he can overcome whatever marital issues he's going through with his wife. Who do you think is the most disrespected leader on the planet? Do you think it's Macron, or you think there are some other candidates actually simply because we don't know them, or simply because their stuff have not spilled in the public? Please go in the comment section. Tell me what you think. Do you think the reasons you have given why leaders are disrespected, do you think that they make sense to you, or do you feel like you have something to add? Please go in the comment section and tell us. And tell us, of course, in your country, your president, your prime minister, your ministers, your member of parliaments, your senators, how are they respected? Do they deserve? Do they command respect? Tell us in the comment section. Otherwise, if you watch this video up to this far, thank you so much for keeping me company, and you are a very, very good person. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel, and like this video and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. We will see you again in the next video. Bye bye.